I'm about to spend the next 100 days in Grounded. I've been shrunk down to the size of a peanut, and I need to find a way back to normal. But I've got a few goals before then. I'm going to attempt to 100% complete the game before I go home on day 100. I'll need to complete every single quest, collect all milk molars and scabby flavors in the entire yard, collect every creature card in the game, and defeat all the bosses. Will I be able to, or will my fear of spiders stop me from leaving my tent? Day 1 started with me waking up in an ominous briefcase for tiny people and walking out to the enlarged world before me. I quickly came across a field station and learned that these are one of the most important places in the entire game. I'll be able to scan items to gain more brain power and learn new recipes to become strong. With some new recipes learned, I made myself a pebblet spear and axe, and ran around using my hands as binoculars and peepering all the nearby creatures. Doing this would help me learn their weaknesses and get one step closer to my goal of 100% completion. But now that I know what the insects are, it was time for murder! With all that in the past, I stumbled across the strange machine, but I was told it wasn't functioning, so I headed over to the nearby cave to investigate. After obliterating all the nearby mites that can somehow eat electricity, I decided to completely forget about my task and go back to researching more items. With my newfound knowledge, I built myself a workbench and made some fine new armor. But my stomach started growling, so like every good survival game playthrough, I built myself a fire and cooked all the tiny insects I could find. I then noticed this pesky little gnat flying around and stared at him with my hands. Recovering from my short-term memory loss, I headed back to the strange machine and hit the big button. Great idea. In less than one day, I've already managed to blow something up in the backyard. I'm doing great. I figured I might as well go check it out, but I quickly got distracted with the big juice box, and discovered a big pink ball. And my very first scabby flavor. We'll get back to what raw science is in a bit, but the scabby flavors allow me to change the color of my HUD, so it's pretty neat. I then continued towards the explosion and saw the scariest thing known to the human race. A frickin' spider! So, after peepering it, I decided it was a good idea to sleep right in the open next to it. Day 2 started with me venturing into a hole in the ground, only to find out it was full of scary soldier ants. I really don't want to fight them right now, but I will peeper them. After running away, I noticed some acorns on the floor and couldn't help myself, so I pounded them. Pause. Moving on, I found a nearby field station and got absolutely scared by a massive spider coming way too close for comfort. The spider then proceeded to chase me the entire way up the tree, and then I noticed something even scarier. A bigger, badder wolf spider. Yeah, no, I'm good, man. I hate spiders. But I got the card, and they didn't wake up from their midday nap. All good. After what felt like forever, I finally reached the point of the explosion and made my way inside. But instead of exploring, I started analyzing more items, and then I stole everything on their shelves. But now with me having done everything but sleep in their bed, I figured it was a good idea to find the owner of this fine establishment, and it turns out his name is Burgle. Come on, up on your feet. Yep, good morning. After helping Burgle up and listening to him talk forever, I explored his lab and found myself some raw science, and then made myself at home using his computer. But it wasn't for video games, unfortunately. I accessed the shops where I could spend raw science to get fancy upgrades and the quests, something that will be extremely important later. After walking around the lab for a bit, I noticed a bit of the back of the lab was blown out and went in. I found some more raw science and discovered my very first milk molar, but I can't harvest them yet, unfortunately. I then made the very wise decision to go down a very dark hole with no lantern and no oxygen. Needless to say, I almost drowned. Oh my god, we found our way out. Woo! With my escapades in Burgle's lab completed, I headed back out to the yard again and discovered some more creatures. Then I found this handy dandy Burgle banner and raised it to the tippy top. I then peepered my very first firefly and found my third field station, where I, of course, did some research. But after a very busy day, it was time to head home to sleep. Day 3 began with some light research and making some new tools to become a little bit stronger. I then made an anvil to place right next to my workbench. My scuffed base was coming together quite nicely. I headed out to start exploring again and noticed some rumblings in the ground and dug them up with my new shovel, only for a big ass larva to pop out. Oh my, oi, oi! I, of course, killed it, but not before getting its card. All this running around made me a little thirsty, and the game told me it's time to drink or die. So I quickly ran to find some water, but not before peepering an Orb Weaver Jr. With my stomach not being a desert anymore, I ran around and found the yoked girth head, only to be met with spiders galore. I found my first spiderling, then ran away like a baby, because I hate spiders, obviously. I then headed to a nearby field station, did some light research, and gathered my first quests. Thinking I was now very powerful, for no reason at all, I made my way towards the hedge station, the location of the first Burgle super chip, and the way to restore Burgle's memory. Some quick information, Burgle lost his memory, and in order to restore it, we need to collect all the Burgle chips to get the recipe to go home. But with that quick rundown over, I made it to the hedge lab and started parkouring, but I lost my footing. Oh, no! And we'll all just ignore that death, right? I then successfully made it to the first part of the station and had to fight some weird floating robots. But with them eradicated, I pulled this fancy lever and activated the scanner, so I can now see where everything is in the yard. With things going smoothly, I made my way to another portion of the lab, only to be met with spiders, which I eagerly eliminated, and then found another scabby flavor, and then passed out in their bed. Day 4 started with me breaking some spider egg sacs, because I can't let more spiders be birthed. Enough. And then hopping onto a frisbee floating in the hedge, and having to deal with a ton of spiderlings. I grabbed another scabby flavor, and noticed a massive amount of webbing going into a dark hole. I don't want to go in there. Yeah, I'm not going in there. I'm not really a fan of dark holes, so I continued my parkour across the branch and finally found myself at the main hedge lab. Reaching the main terminal, I was tasked with entering a password. I had no idea what that meant, so I just started running around only to fall the entire way to the bottom. No! Shit. After completing another drink or die, I tried finding my way up, only to find myself hiding from more massive spiders, but I found a path up and did some parkour. Only to be met with a ton of robots, mad at me for invading their home. Fair enough. Ah! So I quickly disposed of these pesky things, gaining raw science in the process, of course, and then I found a little figurine of an aphid. How cute. With the aphid figurine, I ziplined across to a glowing white orb, only to find my very first milk molar. But it was time to lock in. So I quickly gathered up all the password pieces except for one, and then kept running around the lab like a headless chicken. I then panicked after getting stuck in a web. Let go! Let go! Researched some items, stole a bunch of stuff from shelves, made a very dangerous jump to a zip line, and found the final password piece. So, with the knowledge of the password, I entered it, thus opening a locked room and getting my very first super chip, and seeing a picture of the one and only Dr. Wendell Tolley. Day 5 started with some shopping, spending milk molars and raw science for some upgrades, then finally equipping 2 mutations, completing another quest. I continued running around peepering a bee, and then made it home, upgrading my armor, and placing a chest down to store some of my precious loot. After organizing things a little bit, I ventured towards the infected area and saw my very first infected creature and quickly turned around because I want nothing to do with that right now. After beating up an ant, I found myself face to face with an Orb Weaver Jr. and I quickly dealt with that the best way I know how. Violence. Get parried. Yeah. That's what I thought. Oh shit. After overcoming my fear of spiders, I found a massive hot dog. Is that a hot dog? It's got mustard on it too. And then started killing grubs for their grub hide. On my way home, I stopped by the cave where the mites were chewing the wire, and made my way through the pebbles and found myself some raw science and another scabby flavor. Once I got home, I accidentally pressed the wrong button and learned that there was an auto deposit feature. What the hell did I just do? This changes everything. I then built a trail marker so I'd always know where my scuffed home was, and made a shield out of some weevil meat. Sorry, little guys. After some light chefing, I hit the hay. Day 6 began with some item scanning to raise my brain power, then I magically appeared in Burgle's back room and found some raw science. After activating the duper machine, because I love duping items, I handed Burgle the super chip and he regained some memory, but he still needed the rest of the chips. So I made my way outside and decided to fight an Orb Weaver spider for some unknown reason, yeah. That didn't last long. After running, I found myself face to face with the Bombardier Beetle, and lost. But I got my revenge in the end, and then died. I'm dead. Shit! Putting that brutal day behind me, I laid my head down only to start dreaming about the mean men who made me a little peanut.
Please don't move and look straight ahead. Where you are going, all your worries will seem so small.
Day 7 started with me getting scared by a spider. Shocker. Oh no! Then heading back to enact my lifelong revenge towards the bombardier beetles. There we go! After slaughtering them, I obtained my first dandelion, or should I say parachute, and then made my way home to craft my very first upgraded weapon. Say hello to the insect axe. I quickly used it to kill an orb weaver spider, and then thought I was some type of god and started fighting a wolf spider. Oh my god. Oh, we gotta run. We gotta go. I don't have meds. I don't have meds for this. I'm dead. Ignoring that death, I finally found the oak tree burgle banner and raised it up, making the whole world aware of the oak tree. I then fought another orb weaver to gain a little bit of confidence back after he killed me, and then I headed home to make a spinning wheel and call it a day. Day 8 started with acorn harvesting ASMR and then exploring the nearby anthill. I, of course, being much more powerful now, had to show the soldiers who's boss, so I slaughtered them all and found myself another scabby flavor and got the Ant Annihilator mutation, giving me bonus damage to all ant kind. After making it out of the anthill, I killed some gnats and crafted my first serious weapon, the Red Ant Club. With my new weapon, I then went out into the yard, harvested some apples, and then attempted to fight a wolf spider. I think you can guess how that went. Oh, I don't have any meds at all? What am I doing? No. With my tail between my legs, I farmed some berries and came across my first mosquito. Let me tell you on a real note, I hate these things more than anything else in the entire game. Yeah, that hurt, didn't it? Yeah, it hurt. It hurt, did it? It did, didn't it? Yeah! With the mosquito dealt with, I harvested some hot dog for some late night snacks and headed to bed. Day 9 started with tanning up some berry leather to make some much needed spider armor, making me a bit stronger than before. I then used some of the shards I've been gathering to upgrade the armor and some weapons slightly, and made my way to get the next item on my list. I needed to kill a stink bug. If I wanted to make my way into the infected zone for the next super chip, I would need a gas mask, and the only way to obtain it is by crafting one with stink bug parts. So I found my target, and after a grueling fight, oh my god, get out, go, no! I got it though, I got it, we got it. Whew! I died, but not before killing it and getting what I was after. I brought the parts home and crafted up a gas mask, heading straight into the infected zone, and was quickly rewarded with another scabby flavor. After venturing a little deeper, I found a ruined tent and got a nice Deuce's charm, allowing me to run faster from spiders. Nice. Moving in a little deeper, I peepered a few new creatures and they got into a little scuffle with a gnat. It stole my weapon, but I quickly dealt with him. I then tried to fight another wolf spider, and history repeated itself. Shocking. Back at home, I was cooking some food and chilling when a pesky ant decided it wanted to steal my meal. Hell no! Day 10 started horribly. I went out for some water and then it dropped into a dirty puddle. Needless to say, my day was ruined. But it got a little better after I unlocked the Barbarian mutation, which made my club a little better, and then I got stuck in a hole with infected gnats. After escaping, I peepered my first infected mite, and then left the infected zone heading back over to the hedge lab. Then this happened. Holy shit! Oh my god! That is not cool, that scared me. A lot! If you can't tell, I'm actually afraid of spiders, so after making him pay for literally making me jump, I kept exploring around and found a milk carton, only to be attacked by every creature in the yard. Narrowly escaping, I purchased the Scabby Scanner upgrade, allowing me to know when I'm in close proximity to Scabby flavors, and then I slaughtered a few insects. Your attacks are meaningless. After heading home, I crafted up my next upgrade, the Insect Hammer, and then did a little clover farming. With the clovers back at base, I blended up a few smoothies, made a canteen to hold some water, and upgraded my weapon to tier 3, then passed out. Day 11 started with me finding a Mega Milk Molar, then immediately spending the points on some upgrades. I then found another Milk Molar shortly after, and harvested the mints in the nearby mint container for my new Insect Hammer. I quickly slaughtered 5 larvae to complete a daily quest, then headed over to the hedges to harvest some more berries to keep my gear intact. While there, I did some very impressive parkour for a milk molar, and then found another milk molar inside a dropped piece of the lab, only for a spider to be calling it home. After dealing with the spider, I found some of his friends and made quick work of them. Oh my god! Where do they keep coming from? And then proceeded to collect a couple more milk molars. I then beat up some unexpected spiderlings to get Barbarian to level 2. Day 12 started with some light shopping at the milk molar shop and then some breakfast. Every good morning starts with a smoothie. After downing my breakfast, I headed out to do my morning hunt of the lawn mites, and then I engaged in combat against a mighty ladybug. After claiming the ladybug parts as my own, I scanned them and then headed back to the hedge with some silk rope to make a zip line to the bird bath. With my pants definitely dry, just want to make that clear, I made my way off the zip line into the bird bath where I found myself another scabby flavor, the hedgeberry flavor, one of my personal favorite schemes. I then raised the big, beautiful burgle banner to show the yard who's boss, and then beat up a mega milk molar that was chilling in the bath. I was then quickly interrupted by some mosquitoes, which are no longer living, and then made my way home, only to get into a fight with some fireflies. Day 13 began with scanning some bug parts and then crafting some aphid slippers to finish the burgle quest. I wanted to upgrade my helmet from this low tier helmet to something a little stronger, so I headed out to find some ladybugs, only to have to fight not only the ladybug, but also my worst enemy, spiders. Dude! Leave me alone! A little occupied, eat or die. Heading home, I crafted up the ladybug helmet and was looking pretty good. So I headed into the infected zone, killed my first infected mite, and harvested some sturdy marble. That'll be useful later for upgrading my gear. I then drank some pretty suspicious juice on the ground and got ran down by a crazed infected weevil. Did that just blow up on me, bro? I was trying to scan you. I noticed this massive weed killer can, so I did the only logical thing and climbed to the very top, only to find a burgle banner, so I raised it. With the banner raised, I dropped down looking for the entrance to the lab, but instead, I was at the entrance to the final boss fight of the game. I didn't know it at the time, so I tried fighting my way in. It didn't really work, so I went to sleep sad. Day 14 started with a massive fight against my neighbors, the pesky red ants. Oh my god, what the hell? Yeah, now I'm gonna bop. Ah, yeah, you're lucky, you're lucky. You're lucky. Ah, you're not so lucky anymore, bitch. That's so many ants. It's fine. I got this. I got this. They don't stand a chance. They don't stand a chance. We keep swinging. We don't stop swinging. Oh my god. Oh my god. Hey, I got the gold card for the worker ant. Oh my god. I feel like I'm playing zombies, man. Dude, I feel like I'm killing them and like 2 more coming out. It's like a hydra. I have so many ant parts. I'm gonna start an ant colony. After showing them who's boss, I killed a weevil for its beautiful gold card. Being a 1% chance, I got really lucky on that. But I then killed an ant trying to steal my food, and then made my way inside the nearby red ant hill. I managed to find a scabby flavor and a milk molar, and even a burgle chip all inside. Day 15 began with an insane surprise. All the ant eggs I collected in the anthill exploded and popped out a ton of red ants all over my camp. Shortly after, all the ants decided they'd had enough of me and came on the offensive. They, of course, didn't last long, but with that saga closed, I headed back into the infected zone, finally getting my infected weevil card, and then shortly after dying to some infected larvae. Damn it, bro. I'm still learning the game, okay? Cut me some slack. But I quickly made up for dying by finding the haze lab. I didn't have explosives though, so I would be back. Venturing back into the anthill, I stole some of their unhatched children to turn them into grenades. With the explosive grenades in hand, I blew open the haze lab door and quickly started stealing everything inside. After seeing someone else who had a little less luck than me, I looted their pockets to find myself a defense badge. Continuing deeper into the lab, I had to deal with some fungal growth, some pretty nasty stuff. I then managed to find the poison mushroom sandwich recipe, pretty fitting for the location. I then entered the final room only to be face to face with her, the infected ladybug. I do like no damage at all. Bonk, bonk, I bonk. Did I do no damage to anything? Alright, I got this, I got this. I just gotta be smart. That was not smart. I gotta get a parry, bro. I have to parry it. I guess I parried. Oh, shit! Eat the snack! There should be a couple more. There we go. Woo! After an extremely long fight with my shitty hammer, I managed to come out on top and get myself the Burgle Super Chip. Day 16 began with building a dew collector so I could wake up every morning to some fresh water droplets. I then made my way to trusty Burgle to hand in the chips and get myself some shop upgrades with my newfound knowledge. Remembering that I had some explosives, I made my way back to the first Burgle banner I raised and blew my way into the larva cave, only to find a field station hiding away down there. After looking around a bit, I went a little further and found myself surrounded by larvae, so I unsheathed my weapon. I can't see! Oh my god! All I see is eyes. All I see is eyes. There's so many. Why'd y'all wake up, man? I didn't even touch you. Y'all get rinsed? Where are you going? Where do you think you're going? I then immediately passed out from exhaustion and had another dream.
Are stable and holding. Looks like we've done it.
Great job, everyone. Let's set up 3 more trials for replication. Not sure what's worse, our director or a 3-hour meeting with the military.
I woke up on day 17 thinking about that dream, but I quickly moved on and started doing some building. I made myself a cookery and a jerky rack to keep the food flowing. I then did the unthinkable. I decided to fight another wolf spider. Oh no, I can't do 2 at a time. Where'd the other one come from? What the hell, man? This is cheating! Yeah, get parried. I missed that one. Yeah, parried again. Yes! Woo, baby! That's right. You can clap. I've finally killed the wolf spider. So, with that confidence boost, I jumped straight into the pond and started seeing all the cute new water creatures. A bunch of mosquitoes over there. Oh shit! What the hell is that? Diving bell spider, give me the out of the water. That wasn't me. I swear. After definitely not running away from the water in fear, I made it home and crafted myself a pebblet dagger to use underwater and an upgraded bow. Day 18 began with me climbing a thistle for some thistle needles to craft arrows, and then coming home to ants stealing my insect jerky. Y'all stole all of my jerky! How rude. I then used the ants to land a few weak shots into their eyes and proceeded to make a grinder where they lay. With the new grinder, I grinded up some plant fibers to make some plant slurry, and then the ants wanted beef. Just wanted to see what the bag was. That's all I wanted to know, was to make sure you guys aren't stealing my stuff. And now there's 500 of you! Dude, I'm gonna make the ants go extinct at this point. After another massive turf war with my neighbors, I rushed back to the pond and saw my big friend, the koi fish. With my new dagger, I harvested some eelgrass, collected the water boatman card, and fought some creatures to get new parts for some new gear. And then the spider scared me again. Oh my god, there's a spider! Ah! Maybe by the end of the 100 days I'll be over my fear. No, I won't. On my way home, I jumped inside a soda can looking for goodies, and then got attacked by a mosquito. These guys are genuinely so annoying. Ah, you think I'm stuck in here with you? You're stuck in here with me! No, wait, I didn't mean to do that! Oh shit! Huh! Day 19 sun rose, and I started crafting up some water gear to be able to dive deeper. I first used that gear to dive into the water I almost drowned in on day 2, and do some exploring. Oh my god! Ignoring the jump scares from the spiders, I collected another scabby flavor and found the rotten slime lantern. Managing to make my way through the entire tunnel, I popped out on the other side inside the pond and swam around, finding a big ol' wedding ring at the bottom. I then collected a bunch of raw science, and then my friend tried to eat. Oh my god. Yo! Ah! No! Don't eat me, man! I'm sorry! But he ate the nearby spider instead, giving me some free diving bell spider parts. Doing some more exploring, I found the pond field station and even a sunken T-Rex all the way at the bottom of the pond. Swimming even further in, I started harvesting koi scales and bones, and then continued deeper, finding the pond lab only to not know how to get in and drowning to death. A little later, I found my way inside and got some free loot from nearby chests, after getting attacked by a new type of robot. I slipped my note away inside the pond lab. Big day 20 came around, and I crafted myself a bone dagger at the nearby workbench and started doing the power puzzle to unlock the rest of the pond lab. While getting the final switch, I found myself a milk molar, a scabby flavor, and even a skeleton with some loot. But I quickly turned into the skeleton because I forgot about oxygen. After collecting my backpack, I headed into the top of the pond lab, admiring the brain inside the test tube. Is that a brain? And then swam to the final section of the lab. I did some classic button mashing to guess the password, and then I was attacked by an angry swarm of robots. Oh god. Oh shit! That's a lot. But hey, I managed to get myself the Acer Gold card and even find another scabby. Reaching the tippity top of the lab, I found a ring of brains. They're actually muscle growths, but brains sounds cooler, and then slurped them all up. I then grabbed the nearby super chip and opened the pond dome. Seeing all the cute fishies and definitely not the spiders.
You stupid man, you stuck a ha! Look at you, look at you!
I then went around collecting a few more milk molars, only for my lantern to break inside the tunnel, and that was the end of the day. Day 21 began with me heading back to grab my backpack and finding a nice scabby flavor on top of a root in the water. I once again had my meeting with Burgle and handed in the super chip, unlocking some upgrades, so I did some shopping. I then headed back into the water section of the larva cave from earlier and found myself a milk molar. Once coming out of the cave, I came across a wolf spider holding a scabby flavor hostage, and we can't have that, so I beat him up and stole it. I then headed over towards the hedge lab to farm some berries and found myself another scabby flavor in the water. With the berries obtained, I made my way home, fighting some bombardier beetles, and then heading to sleep and dreaming about my evil doctors again.
Director.
Director. Schmector. These specimens are the breakthrough we've been looking for, just like you predicted. Yes, sir. We're still working on that formula.
Too bad for you, little ones.
Prepare the specimens for termination.
This isn't what I signed up for.
Day 22 started with me attempting to tame up an aphid as a pet. I then proceeded to fail and pretty much just fed the local wildlife my entire pantry. What do you mean? What do you mean? You're eating all my plant slurries, man. And then finally, after making one particular aphid obese, he became my pet. Yes! Yes! Who's a good little aphid? Who's a good little aphid? You are. You are. Yes. I then headed back to the trusty field station and started banging out some of the quests. Building a stuffed creature, reaching coziness level 1, rubbing the stuffed creature's head. Oh, I'm rubbing it for luck. Yeah! Good luck! Building a mounted creature and then rubbing that one too, and then even crafting 2 heal bosses. But now with a bunch of quests done, I went out exploring and found a scabby flavor hiding under a cassette tape. For those of you who are young, you used to put those inside a cassette player and you could listen to music. I know, crazy. I then continued running around and found a milk molar inside a bottle and fought a stink bug that got in my way. I was on a quest for a specific item, so I parkoured up the wall and towards the barbecue pit. I needed a coal chunk to be able to make an oven and continue progressing on, but the ground was sizzling hot, so getting that wasn't easy. I died so fast. Oh my god, I'm dying so fast. So fast! Holy shit! Send it! Give me it. And I'm getting beat up by something, I don't even know what. Eat, and heal. After a few attempts, I finally managed to get myself some coal chunks and even get the ladybird larva card, and then proceeded to fight the larva. I got this. I got this. Think you're tough shit? Guess what? You are. But I got this. Oh my god, I'm sizzling. I'm sizzling fast. I'm sizzling really fast. Oh shit. After dealing with that, I saw a sneaky scarab and killed him. Easy money. Moving on, I found a couple milk molars and blew up the proper path to the upper yard. I was now in the danger zone. The upper yard is full of creatures I am nowhere close to dealing with. So I peepered the roly-poly from afar and then harvested a cookie to calm myself down.
Give me the cookie. So many bites of the cookie.
I then got spooked by some bombardier beetles.
Oi, oi, oi! Leave me alone, man. I didn't do anything.
And went to sleepies. Day 23 started with some analysis to get my money up, not my funny up, and then exploring again, finding some crow feathers, a mega milk molar, and then heading down into the haze lab once again. I wanted to explore the water section I couldn't before, so I did, and I found some cool things, and then I drowned. I'm not really good at watching my oxygen, apparently. After coming out of the pipe, I saw my first black worker ant, and then discovered emotes exist in the game. Crazy.
Hello.
Moving on deeper into the corner, I found a sickly roly-poly and felt a little bad for him. But I couldn't do much for him, so I moved on and found myself a mega milk molar, a scabby, and the meaty nap card. I then stumbled across the Black Ant Hill and got into a massive fight. Coming out victorious, I moved on, found a milk molar near an empty action figure container, and then made my way inside the Black Ant Hill. Once inside, I obtained the Black Soldier Ant card and killed some more ants. Making my way deeper into the cave, I found the Black Ant Hill lab and blew up some rocks standing in my way. After removing a few robots in my path, I opened the doors to Sector A and then fought some more robots. Bop! Coming to a research station, I did some analysis and then made a teeny tiny helmet for my aphid, but I had no idea how to put it on him. Moving deeper, I came across the recipe for the poison gum sandwich and then dropped down a hole into a new section, collecting some free lutations and seeing some cool orange science. Day 24 began with me waking up inside the lab and stealing all the free snacks, and then getting into a fight with some robots because of it. But I did manage to get the gold taste card, so it was worth it. I moved in a little deeper into the lab and unlocked Sector B, allowing access through the entire lab. I then threw down a bomb to blow open a rock and get myself a milk molar, and then got into a big ant fight. Swiftly running for the fight, I found another milk molar, and then I died of thirst. Oops. I came back, found a mega milk molar, and blew open some random glass down in the bottom of the anthill.
Kaboom! Nice.
No, I just killed my aphid! Oh, no, I didn't. Okay. Unknowingly, I started one of the main boss fights in the entire game. Found myself face to face with the assistant manager, a Karen's dream.
I gotta terminate the assistant manager? Okay, I think I found where to get the key card. I wasn't ready for a boss fight, I'm not gonna lie. Oh my god, okay. This is gonna be a long fight. What the hell? Dude, what the hell? This is too much! My gear's not good enough for this. Alright, I got this. What am I talking about? Oh my god, that almost insta-killed me. Alright, I got this. Dude, I did not think I was going to be able to do this. Alright, first stun of the entire fight. Oh my god. Oh! Holy! Unlike Karen, I actually beat the assistant manager and yoinked his keycard. The day flipped to 25 and I found the Black Ant Hill super chip and saw a picture of the infamous Dr. Wendell Tolley. After a bit of running, I popped out into the sandbox for the first time and immediately turned around because it was way too hot. Aimlessly wandering around the cave, I stumbled across the massive Black Ant Queen and then headed out to explore more of the backyard. I sat and admired the nostalgia of the VGA cables and then found a mega milk molar and spicy candy in the trash can. Spicy candy! Jalapeno. Spicy. and then another milk molar all the way on top with a big trash can. Finding my way to a field station, I did some research, spent some milk molar points, and then crafted myself some upgraded weapons and tools. Needing some more explosives, I headed back into the red ant hill and grabbed some more eggs and snatched the red ant queen card. Day 26 started with some crafting of explosives, nothing crazy, and then fighting some bees to get the parts for black ant armor. I somehow found myself inside a spider cave for some random reason and died to a wolf spider, again. Growing lazy, I made my way to the duper near Burgle and then duped the remaining bee parts. Then handed Burgle his super chip, restoring some of his memory back, and then used his new memory to buy shop upgrades. With my newfound assistant manager keycard, I can now open new doors, so I headed into the back room and got myself the zipper, allowing me to now go up zip lines. This is probably the best item in the entire game. Leaving Burgle's lab, I headed back into the water to unlock some of the locked doors down under, and got myself the left elf charm and opened the door to the stump lab. I then used the key to open another door for a bunch of upgrade materials, and got myself a couple more milk molars. I then climbed to the top of the flower, and then beat the shit out of it for its petals. My inner child came out, and I started playing with the Frankenline, but I can't draw for shit, so yeah. After finding another milk molar against the wall, I headed home and went to sleep, only to have yet another
The
dream.
outfits and backpacks they were snatched in. As requested, they're strapped and synced with scabbies for whatever they might run into down there.
Can you sleep at night with what this company's doing? We need to do something.
Is Dr. Tully even alive? The field team reported him missing months ago.
Wendell, wherever he is the only hope for these kids.
I hope you know what you're doing.
Waking up on day 27, I finally crafted my black ant armor and upgraded it to tier 6, a massive jump in the quality of armor I was wearing. With the armor equipped, I built myself a glue masher so I could repair the armor later, and then Burgle told me to make red ant armor, so I did. Heading back out to do some more exploring, I killed an infected ladybug, there we go, and then found the secret Minotaur maze key. The Minotaur maze key. No idea where that goes. But hell yeah. With the key in my backpack, I decided to put my new spicy arrows to the test against an orb weaver spider, but the plants had it out for me. It slapped the shit out of me into another dimension. What? What? The f just happened? Huh? I genuinely have no idea how I just died. I returned, swiftly killing the orb weaver and all his friends with the spicy arrows, and then found a milk molar they were hiding. Day 28 began with some breakfast and then morning hunting of ladybird larvae. After adding their parts to my backpack, I farmed up some cold chunks, definitely didn't die. I'm dead. Yep, and then I headed back home. Jumping on top of the Frankenline, I found myself another scabby flavor and managed to get myself the crow card. Once I reached home, I built the oven and chefed up some stuffs, built myself a bed to feel a little cozier, and then purchased some shop upgrades. I then upgraded my weapon to tier 6 and built an acorn turret to appease Lord Burgle. Before bed, I stood upon the field station, admiring my scuffed base, and then fell asleep. Day 29 started with me grabbing a sandwich and heading down to meet the queen. I fed the queen red ant her favorite sandwich. We will be friends. Please don't eat me. Yeah? And she in turn gave me her child, a baby red ant. I got a pet! Oh! Hello, little buddy. Hello, buddy. I then stole all the offerings around her and started heading out. I forgot to turn on the new mutation that I just got though, and all the ants jumped. You guys wanna fight? We fight. Everybody's dying. You guys wanted the beef? You get the beef. That's enough. We're done. All right, you know what? No, we're done. We're done. Just get me out of here. Once home, I made my pets a little home and finally equipped the tiny helmet on the baby red ant. But now, things were getting serious. It was time to build a new home, one we could live in comfortably for the remainder of the 100 days. Let the fun begin. Milk molar! After 9 straight days of building and farming, the base was finally finished. We managed to complete a few quests along the way, but now things were organized. But I still needed a way to get around the map quickly, so time to build a zipline platform on the oak tree. Day 40, I added in the actual ziplines to the oak tree platform, and then headed towards the bird bath to place my first zipline connection. Along the way, I was assaulted by a bombardier beetle, and he had made all my stems go everywhere. I quickly eliminated him, and continued on my way. Day 41 began with me finding a weird anthead cave full of anthead totems and a piece of paper telling me how to make one. Strange. I then built up and parkoured my way across a bunch of leaves to get my stems up to the bird bath, and then built my first zipline connection. Day 42 came, and I started my day with a wolf spider fight to steal a milk molar. With the milk molar obtained, I farmed a bunch of spiderlings for the webbing and found a scabby flavor in a hanging lab. Heading back into the lab, I continued slaughtering spiders. This of course felt very nice. For webbing to make more zip lines, and yet again found another scabby. On my way home, the evil crow was taking a bath, blocking my only way back to the oak tree, so I slept in the cold ground near the swamp. On day 43, I found a scabby on top of a rock in the infected zone, then placed a zip line to get to and from with ease. Upon reaching home, the spiders weren't exactly happy with the day before, so they invaded my home. With the spiders dealt with, I repaired my sword with some glue and made my way to the burgle banner on the wooden post to fulfill another burgle quest. Making my way to the barbecue pit, I set up my third zipline connection and then spotted a cute ladybird. Jumping along the upper wall, I set up another zipline for the upper yard and called it a day. Day 44 started with setting up a zipline for the stump and then making my way towards the evil castle Mordork. I collected the tiger mosquito card and the tick card and even managed to kill a tick. With the tick out of my mind, I built the final zipline connection and headed home, analyzed some items, and then decided to do a random base cinematic. Enjoy. Day 45 began with me embracing my inner hunter-gatherer and collecting some food. But since it's 2025, I made some smoothies. With my breakfast in my stomach, I felt up for some combat, so I headed to the hedges once again to attempt the Mixer, a wave-based defense game. Oh, there's the new ability. Hold on, it's getting messed up. It's getting messed up. Shit, it's gonna go! Bruh, okay, well. Damn, bro. I didn't really know I was supposed to build around it to make it easier, so I kinda failed. Better luck next time. But at home, I wanted to keep progressing, so I cooked up the Broodmother BLT and crafted the Queen Ant Scepter. I'm gonna be real, I never used the scepter. On the morning of day 46, I ventured towards the Broodmother arena. Once inside, I hyped myself up and started the fight. Oh god. Oh god! I may have messed up, man! Alright, keep parrying. We gotta work on the parries. There we go, good parry. Oh goddamn, holy shit! Yo, hit him with the scepter. I don't know what that does. There's too many babies. I'm getting surrounded. Oh shit. I gotta kill the ads. I have to kill the ads.
I don't kill the ads, I'm in bad shape. No, 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 no. Bad timing. Holy shit! That's so many orb weavers. No, 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 no! Drink the smoothie! Eat the aphid! Alright, they're all dead. What was that? You got a good poison on me there. It's all good though. We got this. We got this. Let's go, baby! Woo! Yes! With the broodmother slain, I headed home with my head held high, only for a freaking mosquito to knock me off my zipline. Bruh. That's crazy, man. Finally back at home again, I analyzed the broodmother parts and crafted myself the Club of the Mother Demon, one of my favorite weapons in the entire game. I then swiftly upgraded it and fell asleep. Day 47 arrived, and I wanted to continue the main quest line, so I made my way into the upper yard. Upon arriving, I spotted my first fireworker ant and got into a fight. Ow! Does everything hurt so bad, man? Somehow, I managed to get the gold card on my very first kill. Crazy luck. Riding that high, I ran over towards Wendell's chair, but made a pit stop at the Java-matic. I blew open the glass and stole some raw science. Are these little pizza tables, bro? That is funny. And even managed to obtain the Wasp card. Heading back towards Wendell's chair, I found a field station and stopped for some analysis. With my new and improved brain power, I thought it would be a good idea to jump on active jumper cables. Don't try this at home. Oh, brother, are we serious? Okay, you know what? That's fair. Needless to say, that was a shocking experience. Yeah, I'll stop. With the bad jokes in the past, I climbed up the baseball bat onto Wendell's chair and started fighting. Oh, don't hit me off the chair, please. I beg. With a bunch of new bug parts obtained, I made a daring jump to the table and stuck the landing. I then noticed that there were toenail clippings in a bowl. What the hell? That's actually disgusting. It's toenails. They're toenails. And after nearly throwing up, I found the Scabby and realized I just wasted the entire day because I needed a tier 3 hammer to open it. Bruh, I need a tier 3 hammer. I spent the rest of the day digging up chewing gum, collecting spiky burrs, and trying to fight the Black Ox Beetle to get the upgraded hammer. Oh shit, that's what I need to kill. Excuse me, I do like 0 damage. Nope, we're running. Oh shit. Dude, I need to kill him though, or I can't get the upgraded hammer. No, I can't do that. I can't do that. There's gotta be another hammer. I can probably do that. Oh my god, he just charged across the gap. And running like a little baby. Day 48 started great with me dying to sizzle. I'm not really great with environmental stuff. Oxygen, heat, doesn't matter. No, and then I ran into more. Oh my god. With that death in the past, I made my way to the woodpile and saw my very first termites and even managed to fight some. I then did some parkour around the woodpile and decided it was probably time to head home. Back at home, I crafted up the termite axe, the tier 3 axe capable of harvesting everything I needed, and then tended to my muscle growth farm, because what survival game isn't complete without some farming. Day 49, I finally grew the courage to fight a Black Ox Beetle, and once I finally realized to just use the OP boss weapon, the fight was pretty easy. Do I just use this? I'm just gonna use this. It might not be the right weapon, but it's doing so much more damage. Dude, this ant is pissing me off. There we go. So, I killed another one to get all the parts I needed for the hammer, and then fought a ladybird larva, which kindly gifted me the insulated larva spike charm, which just so happens to give me sizzle protection. Beautiful. Day 50 began, and I was on top of the world. Halfway to day 100, and I felt stronger than ever. So I tested my luck in the upper yard, and killed the ladybird. And then shortly after, a roly-poly. Ow, holy, that hurts.
With the creature slain, I harvested some mints and even some poopas. Poopas! Yeah, sure, we got the poopas. With the poopas obtained, we can finally make the Black Ox Hammer. But first, I saw an orb weaver spider protecting a milk molar. With the milk molar obtained, I did some analyzing and headed to sleep. Day 51 began with finally crafting the Black Ox Hammer and upgrading it a bit. With the hammer crafted, I made my way back toward Wendell's Scabby, and on the way, harvested a donut and ran from some ants that wanted the chunks. It's not even an ant! What the hell, where'd you come from? Just before heading up Wendell's Scabby, I made a zipline below the chair for easy access, and then tried to make the jump from the table. Unfortunately, I forgot the dandelions, so splat. Once I got the dandelions, I easily made the jump, reluctantly farmed the toenails, and then installed the fuse into Wendell's Scabby. I turned it on and listened to Wendell's speech while looking over the vastness of the yard, only for my aphid to ruin it while learning how to fly. The hell? With Wendell's speech over, I followed the quest into the undershed, grabbing some free stuff of course, and analyzing some items. Once finally actually making it into the undershed, I farmed some splinters and then got into a massive fight over some belly button lint. With the lint obtained, I did some crazy parkour across some pipes for a milk bowler, and that got freaking jump scared again by a wolf spider. Holy fuck! Ah! The day turned to 52 and I continue my parkour in the wires to get more lint and a mega milk molar. On my way back, I was attacked by a mosquito, a common trend here, and then I found some things to harvest. With the items in my backpack, I dropped down into the pit and immediately started fighting more mosquitoes, and then got ambushed by black widow spiderlings. Oh my god! Oh shit, this is problematic. Those are black widows. Dude, mosquito! Not the time, man. Holy hell, bro. This mosquito needs to leave me alone! With them defeated, I snagged a spiny water flea card and made my way down the webby tunnel. I'm not sure why I thought I could take on a black widow, but I tried. Damn, bro. Shit hurts. A lot. Oh my god! There's so many attacks! I'm already dead. After insta-dying to the black widow, I came back, grabbed my backpack, and got swarmed by water fleas. Holy shit! Oh my god! Leave me alone! Getting out of the water, I decided to fight the black widow again. I'm smart, I swear. And then I ran. Day 53 arrived and I made myself the fire ant helmet, the first piece, the final set of armor I'd wear till day 100. With the helmet good to go, I went out to farm some mushrooms for mushroom blocks so I could do the mixers and kill the roly-poly along the way. With some mushrooms gathered, I harvested a donut and found a cootie catcher, a little bit of childhood nostalgia there. After a bit of reminiscing, I found another milk molar and bought some milk molar upgrades and then did some farming and running from black ox beetles. Ah! Stop it! I'm friendly! Woo, baby! On my way back to the zipline, I saw a bunch of toy soldiers in the grass and remembered back to when I used to play with all my toy soldiers. Ah. The good old days. Day 54 began with crafting roly-poly legs for some tank armor and a red ant shield, which I really didn't even ever use. But with my new armor, I headed back over to the hedge broodmother to fight her, so I could get myself a broodmother chest piece. I'm hitting the wrong buttons. Oh god, no, 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 no! I've been taking so much damage because my chest piece broke. I have no chest piece right now. There we go. With her defeated, I ziplined home, narrowly missing an angry mosquito, and then duped the broodmother fangs. Now that I had enough fangs, I crafted the chest of the mother demon, and of course, upgraded it. Completed the second piece of my final set of armor. All that was left was the Black Widow leggings. Day 55, I started my day with some robot boxing, and even a rusty gold card. I then made my way to the hedge mixer and started making walls, only to realize that it needed to be repaired, because I failed it earlier. Oh my god. So, I went all the way home, crafted a repair tool, and came back, repaired the mixer, and started the fight. What do you guys think you're gonna do? Huh? Huh? I'm a little overpowered now.
Come on. Come on. Woo, shit. Boom. Hell yeah. With all the spiders and larvae defeated, I got myself some raw science and headed home, only to find that the spiders had followed me. With the spiders now buried 6 feet underground, I did the same to an ant, stealing my food through the window. Get away! What are you doing stealing my stuff? He's trying to steal my food! I think he did! Day 56, I spent most of the morning making my way towards the sandpit, but on the way I got distracted by a cute little sleeping bee. Finally reaching the sandpit, I painfully built up to the top and climbed my way in. Okay, that'll work. Can I? Oh yes, we did it! Once in, I snagged the antlion creature card and then slaughtered it and analyzed its parts for science. With my brain expanded, I came across my first supreme marble and then some spicy candy. Continuing through the pit, an antlion started chucking ants at me. Kind of rude, no? Ow! After dodging the ants like Neo, I found the sandbox lab, grabbed the burgle ship, and saw a picture of our good friend, Dr. Wendell Tolley. Day 57 once again began in the sandbox. I needed to reach the top of the sandcastle to raise the burgle banner. One small issue though, it's so hot in this sandbox. After a lot of trial and error though, I managed to build up to the top, collect a milk molar, and raise the burgle banner. Oh baby! With the sandcastle claimed, I decided to dig for some treasure, but instead found a lost friend dead in the sandbox. The antlions weren't so happy about my digging around though, so we had to settle things. On my way out, I blew up a rock and this massive shovel fell onto the picnic table. Day 58 started with a trip to see my main man Burgle, where I gave him the sandbox chip and then purchased some shop upgrades. After shopping, I went down into the depths of the pond looking for the mossy key. It was hidden down inside a cave all the way under the pond lab. With the key obtained, I snagged some algae on the way out to make more smoothies and then opened the mossy chest for a mega milk molar and the burgle chip. I then returned to Burgle to give him the sunken outpost chip and then did some more shopping. After shopping, I headed home to complete some quests, starting with crafting the antlion wide brim and then upgrading a weapon to spicy. Day 59 started with more questing, where I built a waft emitter, but I was a little scared, so I placed it far away from my house. I then remembered about the scabby on top of the light near the oak tree, so I quickly jumped to it and grabbed it. Most of my day was spent hanging around and upgrading my club to tier 7. Day 60, I headed over to the picnic table, and again, painfully built up to it, but after getting onto the table, Gasso! I smacked the cooler, knocking over the handle, and made it to the top. Once on top, I recognized a good game of D&D, and then found the field station, which had free snacks. After munching on the free snacks, I headed to the edge of the table where I was viciously attacked by bees. Oh my god, why are you hostile? Why are you hostile? I didn't do anything! You put this on yourself. I gotta get in there? There's a raw sign or a scabby in there or something. Oh my god! With the bees dealt with, I made my way into the maze and reached the end, finding a locked chest, which I conveniently had the key for. After opening the chest, I got myself a scabby, a mega milk molar, and the burgle chip. Escaping the maze, I found another scabby and a milk molar on top of a spork, and then built myself a nice zipline near all of the bees. Definitely not foreshadowing anything there. Day 61 arrived, and I made my way back to the sandpit to dig up some buried treasure and the melted moat. Oh god. It's very hot, very hot. With the melted moat key, I opened up the melted moat chest, and got myself the salt Morningstar recipe. After dealing with everything in the sandpit, I headed back into the Black Ant Hill, blew up a rock for another scabby flavor, and then came face to face with the Black Ant Queen. Once again, I gave her a very yummy sandwich, and she in turn gave me her child, the baby Black Ant. With a new pet, I gathered up the offerings and made my way home, stopping by the stepping stones to raise another burgle banner and obtain another scabby flavor. Once home, I gave Burgle the chips and purchased a few upgrades. After leaving Burgle's lab, I then snuck behind a wolf spider and got myself a milk molar and then ran for my life. Ah, shit! Hey, relax, relax, relax. On the morning of day 62, I cooked up some food and then tried my luck at mastering the secrets of the barbecue pit. Oh! I'm dead. Yeah, no, that's not happening. I am instantly dying to the sizzle, so we'll come back to that. So instead, I made my way towards the woodpile, grabbed a milk molar under the tarp, and then dropped inside the main termite nest. Inside was hell, so many termites. But after going to war for a bit,
I decided to run through it, and I popped out on top of the woodpile. I found myself harvesting some spicy candy, then some mints, and with some luck, I got the suspicious mint charm. I then found myself a mega milk molar, then decided to head back into the termite nest to deal with the termite king. After chopping some splinters in my way, I was staring at the termite king. Alright, well, now or never. I don't even know where I'm looking! Okay, we killed the termite king. With the termite king slain and all his subjects put down, I grabbed the woodpile burgle chip, a mega milk molar, a scabby, and another milk molar, and headed home, but took a rest near the barbecue pit. Day 63, I watched a mass gnat exodus from the light and ziplined to Burgle, handing him the woodpile chip, and then buying some shop upgrades, along with more milk molar upgrades. Once home, I crafted the antlion poncho to better protect for the sizzle sword challenge, but I quickly failed the challenge again. Dude, that is still what the? It hurts so bad. Trying to get some of my anger out after failing again, I made my way towards the fire ant hill, picking up a milk molar along the way. Once inside the hill, I farmed some marble for armor upgrades and got myself a mega milk molar. I then killed some fire soldier ants and obtained their creature card. Day 64 started with some more attempts at the sizzling sword challenge. No way. No, man. Yeah, I really need a new strategy if I want to complete this, so I instead collected some milk molars and then made my way inside a small termite hill. I then blew up a rock and then missed a raw science drop somehow. No way I missed it! But I made up for it by getting a mega milk molar. I made my way back home, blended up some sticky smoothies for a quest, and then upgraded all the antlion armor to help reduce the damage taken in the sizzle challenge. With the antlion armor good to go, I channeled my inner interior decorator and started placing things all over my house. But it was to get to coziness level 3 to unlock the hot tub. Day 65 was the day. I made my way to the coal bag and started the sizzle sword challenge. No, no! Oh my god, I did it. Oh! With the challenge finally complete after 5 attempts, I could finally call the barbecue pit area completed. So I headed deeper into the upper yard and found a rocket full of sour candy. Look at all the pieces! With the sour candy in my backpack, I harvested some new items, pine cones, and gunpowder. And then found a sneaky milk molar in the back of a flower pot. With the milk molar obtained, I did some parkour up the lawnmower, only to be met with an aggressive tiger mosquito. But with him dealt with, I found a scabby inside some gum and headed to bed. Day 66 arrived, and I needed to unlock the toy bin in the upper yard, and the only way to do that was to piss off the wasps. I started that by breaking their nest at the toolbox and then killing all the wasps nearby. I was then greeted by some sneaky black widow spiderlings. What the hell? Why are there black widowings? No, that means there's probably a black widow. Was I getting hit by these the whole time? Is that why? With the black widowlings defeated, I moved to the next nest underneath the Java-matic and quickly broke that one as well. I then took a small snack break, eating a ton of sour candy to unlock the sour mutation, and then I made my way to the third wasp nest near the stump to break it. With the nest broken and the wasps dead, I found a milk molar in the stump and then got myself the green shield bug card. Green shield bug. With my objectives for the day done, I headed home but stopped inside the Barbie car to get myself a mega milk molar, some candy, and quartzite for weapon upgrades. With more sour bites attained, I ate them to finish the mutation and then headed home to sleep, only to see the wasp break out of the toy bin and open it up. Day 67 began with a wasp invasion of my home. There we go, that was easy. That was too easy. After pulling a few stingers out of me, I headed into the swamp to farm some clay and then built myself a nice hot tub. With my relaxing over, I made my way back into the undershed, determined to defeat the Black Widow.
Dude, holy shit. Holy shit, bro. That was insane. That was a lot. That's how it's done. Not really, but we can pretend that I'm actually decent at the game. Now with the Black Widow defeated, I could finally make my way into the Undershed lab. I got to examine some pictures of Wendell and the transformations taking place in his labs. Day 68 began with me opening a door to some infected larvae and quickly dealing with them. Upon reaching the back room, I saw an interesting diagram of a mant and then pulled the random lever. I followed the other path down and saw the mant pacing through the glass. I had only one option: fight. Oh my god. Why is there a spiderling, bro? Get out of here. Oh shit. Oh! What the hell? Okay, what's going on? What's all this extra stuff? No match for me. Boom. With the Mant slain and his mutation mine, I continued deeper in the lab, finding a Scabby, and then exposing Dr. Wendell Tully for the first time. Oh my god, he's ahead. He's just ahead. It's safe to say he was in rough shape, but it was time to help both of us become big again. So I grabbed some grilled science and everything in his pantry, and even stole his figurine. I brought it all back home and made myself a fresh storage to store all the snacks. Day 69. Nice. I duped some Black Widow parts, and then crafted the Black Widow dagger. With the dagger good to go, I headed inside the oak tree and blew up a rock, only to piss off the wolf spiders. Oh shit. Here's all of that. Fast as shit. After swiftly killing the wolf spiders, I got the Mega Milk Molar, and then made my way to Castle Mordork to farm some pond moss. With the pond moss obtained, I could finally craft the final piece of my armor, the Widow leggings. I started day 70 with some more duping to get more toenails and gum for the embiggening cell. I still needed some more parts, so I farmed some berries and then headed towards the Java-matic. I really didn't know what I was doing, but I figured I should build some walls around these mixer modules. They seemed important. With the walls made, I installed the embiggening cell and then inserted the ingredients into the pencil sharpener. Oh god. With everything good to go now, I brewed up the cell. Hey, my walls are doing how did the ant go through my wall? Only for the modules to break. So I repaired them, and Wendell told me to go steal more of his stuff. I'm not going to decline free stuff, so I robbed them blind and then used it to beef up the walls more. After getting some rest, day 71 was here, and it was time to start the brewing process. So I hit the button, and it was time to protect the modules. Boom, bop! Oh, you can fly? That's cheating! Oh no. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. This is getting intense. I needed like turrets or something, man. I'm trying, man. There's so many. All right, we need to start killing them. We need to start doing damage. No, 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 no. Don't you dare, man. We just gotta kill fast. We can't let the insects pile up. That's it. Just cannot pile up. Oh no, they're on B. They're in B. They have breached B. It's alright though, it's alright. Oh yeah, we got some big boys over here. Oh yeah, baby. Got a bombardier beetle. Oh, critical hit, look at that. Oh, bam! Bam-ba-lam. Got some action, tons of little ants. What do you think you're doing? You brought their kids to work. Get some stamina's back. Boom. Bop. Bing. Come on, brew. Brew already. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Many dead creatures later, I grabbed the full embiggening cell and walked down towards the spacer device, like I was leaving, knowing damn well I still had 29 days left. I'm the king of this jungle, baby. I then made it home, told Wendell to wait here, so I didn't have to hear him yap constantly, and then went exploring the upper yard. I found a small cave with another dead small human in it, so I looted it, and then found 5 milk molars together in a bottle. With the milk molars harvested, I purchased some upgrades, and spotted a ton of ants congregating in a corner. Damn, holy shit! Leaving the ants to themselves, I farmed some sour candy, and then did some crazy parkour. Once I reached the top, I raised the burgle banner and jumped back down only to find a pipe with not only every single type of candy, but a mega milk molar. Day 72 came around and I dropped myself into the stump lab. I hate it here. This is by far the worst area in the entire game. After tweaking out over the tilted lab for what felt like an eternity, I reached the top and got a milk molar, only to find out I have to drop down again. So I did, and I unlocked level A and then parkoured up again. This time I went all the way down through the door and found the right elf charm, completing Sarah's charm, and then grabbed the stump burgle chip. Once out of the lab, I could finally breathe again, so I harvested a couple milk molars and then made my way inside the toy bin. After maneuvering through the bin, I noticed a black widow in the corner and steered far away from it, but I did manage to find a couple milk molars and another scabby flavor, and some spicy candy. After parkouring up the books, I found the shield solidifier charm and purchased some milk molar upgrades. The wasp then noticed I was there and tried to kill me. With the wasp no longer flying, I grabbed the forgotten burgle chip and headed home. Day 73 started with me giving Burgle the chip and then doing some light shopping, but I then switched things up and went out farming, grabbing some toenails and cookies, a perfect combo. With my dream snack combo obtained, I headed back into the toy bin to grab the Wasp Queen snack recipe, and then back into the dreaded stump lab to get the mantis recipe. On my way home, I harvested up a donut to cook with, and then called it a day. Day 74, I duped a ton of twinkling shells to be able to upgrade my weapon to level 9, then I farmed some grubs, realizing I didn't have the grub card, and it only took 74 days to get it. I then upgraded my weapon to tier 8, and ate some candy to unlock the spicy mutation. With things coming together nicely, I decided to treat myself and upgrade all my armor to tier 9, the max upgrade possible, and then I chilled out in the hot tub. With my globs cooked, I could finally upgrade my weapon to tier 9, so I did, and then headed over to kill the heavy brood mother once more to make the mantis kebab. Day 75 arrived, and I got attacked by a ton of ants in the fire anthill. What the hell? What the fuck? Why? Where did all of y'all come from? After evading another death, I farmed some quartzite and marble, and then proceeded to fail parkouring for 10 minutes trying to get a mega milk molar. After finally getting it, I headed deeper in the cave and found another scabby flavor and a milk molar. Heading a little bit deeper, I finally found the queen fire ant. I gave her a tasty sandwich, and once again in return, she gave me her child, the baby fire ant. Happy queen! And the baby fire ant at our service. I again took all the offerings and grabbed a couple milk molars on the way out. Once I reached the zipline platform, I learned that these eggs are useless, so I dropped them on the oak tree platform. Day 76 began, and I noticed the ants had hatched and called my zipline platform home, so I avoided them and made my way towards the mantis arena, killing a few black ant soldiers on the way there. Once inside the plant pot, I baited the mantis out with the kebab, and it was game on. Let's get it. Oh my god. Holy shit. We're good. Oh, we're shredding him. What's his weakness? The eyes. Oh my god! Oh my god! No, I need hyper stamina. Drink the smoothie. He hurts a lot. Oh my god, it's so laggy. I'm dying through the walls and shit. Eat the snack bars and do whatever you need. This guy's insane. He's a damage dealer. Oh my god. Alright, hit him. Just beat his eyes up. Let's go, baby. Woo! Wasn't close at all.
Definitely didn't almost die a couple times. The fight was surprisingly easy, but I'm not going to complain at all. So, with the new parts obtained, I left the arena, did some parkour for some raw science, and then analyzed the parts. Day 77 arrived, and I headed to the duping machine to dupe some Poopa leather, and then craft the Scythe of Blossoms. With the scythe made, I made a little fire elm for my baby fire ant, and then waited around for upgrade materials to craft and more mushroom blocks. Once everything was ready, I headed out to do my second mixer. Hey, I'm sipping my energy drink here, man. Relax. Oh, golden lawn mite, baby. That's right. Raw science. Oh, I almost just swung on you. I'm sorry, little guy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm putting my face in the dirt. Yeah, who's your good little fire ant? You are. Ah! Boom, baby. Raw science. That's what I'm talking about. With the red ant mixer completed, I headed back home, stopping quickly to grab a milk molar. Milk molar! On day 78, I began by decomping the mushroom walls around the mixer modules for extra mushroom blocks, then heading into the toy bin to fight the wasp queen. Before starting the fight, I grabbed myself a milk molar, then baited out the wasp queen. Holy shit. Damn! It's fine, we're good right now. Oh my god, it just threw me! What the hell is going on? Oh, we are smoking him. Smoking her. We're on that wasp back. Oh shit! Run! Oh shit. Boom, bop, bing. Boom, bop, bing. Oh, you sleepy? You sleepy there, bud? Boom, bop. Oh shit, oh shit, he's mad. She's mad. Oh! Boom! Like a baseball bat. I'm sorry. With another one of the major bosses defeated, I figured I'd try my luck against the Black Widow down in the corner of the box. Alright, honestly, our weapons are so much better, I am shredding this Black Widow. It's already dead. With the Widow dead, I grabbed the nearby milk molar and then the scabby above. On the way home, I stopped and grabbed another milk molar chilling on the pond wall, and then made a mint stack to complete another burgle quest. I then began day 79, building walls around the mixer in the infected zone, and starting the mixer. The mixer! Oh my god! Relax. Damn. Hey, the gold card for the infected weevil. Hell yeah. With the mixer finished and the raw science obtained, I headed straight to the sandbox to do it all over again. Oh shit. Not in my house. Not in my sandbox. No. They broke my wall. Not me wall. It hurts. It hurts. The sizzling. It burns. Oh, baby. That honestly was the most painful mixer yet. Again, the heat is my worst enemy. Maybe second behind drowning. With those two mixers finished, that was every mixer in the bottom yard completed. So I headed home, stopping to slaughter a bunch of bees and get the gold card. Oh my god, we just spooned the gold bee card. Hell yeah. And going on a massive sap farming run to craft a bunch of bandages. With the bandages crafted, I decided to upgrade my bow to the Bard's bow, then I headed to sleep. Day 80 started with another Black Widow fight near Moldur's castle. I easily defeated it and obtained the mega milk molar it was guarding. With that cave explored, I explored the rest of the area only to find two massive black ox beetles guarding another milk molar. I made quick work of the beetles and then made my way over to the castle and learned that I needed to build into it. After building my way up to the platform, I farmed some gunpowder, found a scabby, and then fought a bunch of tiger mosquitoes for a milk molar. With the mosquitoes gone, I can now raise the burgle banner in peace and claim this castle as my own. I then used the trusty photo mode to see a moth sleeping on top of the castle, so I decided to wait till night, thinking it would fly around then. It doesn't. In the meantime, I farmed some dandelions and got lucky by obtaining the dandelion tuft, which essentially gives me infinite parachutes. I then was assaulted by mosquitoes at home, but they did give me their gold card, so it's alright.
Oh, whoa, chill out, bro. You guys are breaking my house. I got gold mosquito. What is going on, bro? I am spooning the gold cards.
With it now being night, I headed back to the castle to fight the moth, but it wasn't out, so I just sniped it with the bow.
Okay. Now that's a little cheaty. There we go. That was really easy.
After easily defeating the moth, I made my way home, collecting a milk molar and a scabby on the way. Day 81, I began by hitting the button on the side of the castle, and then grabbing the mega milk molar in the cage. Boom. With the top of the castle explored, I headed down into the depths and found the mysterious lab. I grabbed the nearby milk molar and then waited for Burgle to hack the door open. After Burgle did his magic, I headed in, grabbed the moldy note, and continued further into the lab.
What in the Monsters Inc. is this shit? This is evil, bro. Evil, oh, what the hell?
At the very bottom, we finally met our main enemy, Dr. Schmechter. Dr. Schmechter is a very evil man, and the entire reason we're small. So, time to beat the shit out of him.
What are you gonna do, Schmechter? Schmechter? Oh, I'm gonna freeze you, Schmechter. Oh, you're getting frozen. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. There's so many bubbles. All the bubbles. You backed yourself into a corner, Schmechter. Boom, bop, bing, bop, boom, bop, bing, bop, boom. I have the wrong mutations on. I did it again in the... No! Oh! No. Oh.
Okay, let's forget about that death. It never happened, okay?
Oh, yeah. Now you're in for it, Schmechter. Oh, God, these hurt. These hurt a lot. Damn, these lasers are so fast. Just get stamina and we're good. Oh, my God, dude, these lasers. Give me stamina. No, that's the lasers, bro. Oh, my God, this fight. This fight is insane. I gotta commit. Okay, get me out of here. Holy shit. Dude, that was insanity.
With Dr. Schmechter defeated, I stole his data disk, unlocking more recipes, and then made my way home to get a good night's rest, knowing Schmechter was dead. Day 82 started with me killing a green shield bug, and then parkouring up to the top of the wheelbarrow. After a little bit of assistance from building, I finally made it up and came into contact with a sleeping moth. With the moth no longer with us, I gathered a couple milk molars and then headed to Burgle's lab to dupe the green shield parts. With the dupe parts in hand, I crafted the acid edge weapon, completing yet another Burgle quest. Day 83 arrived, and I began by duping Broodmother parts. With the parts duped, I crafted a full set of Mother Demon armor, completing the quest for a full set of boss armor. I then decided it was time to finish the rest of the mixers, so I farmed some algae and crafted a bunch of smoothies for healing, then headed to the barbecue mixer. I built the mushroom walls and got started.
Boom. Relax, damn. They're going crazy. Alright, bring it on, baby.
With the mixer completed with ease, I picked up my walls and headed over to the fire ant mixer, repeated the same process, and started.
Bro just broke my whole wall down. There's so many ants, bro. What the hell? Dude, what is going on? This is chaotic as shit.
Do I have no food? Oh my god! No! No! Yeah, this mixer is a bit of a problem. The sheer number of ants is overwhelming, and the fact that I forgot to eat is also a problem. Day 84 began with another attempt at the fire ant mixer. I'm not stopping till I finish this mixer. After the third attempt, I finally managed to complete the mixer, and now needed to move on to the actual fire ant mixer at the fire ant hill. This mixer was a lot easier, so with all but one mixer completed, I headed home for the night, but stopped to hop on a bouncy ball and move it around to get a milk molar. The morning of day 85, I headed over to the final mixer in the yard and started building the walls, then got fighting. That was the final mixer completed and another burgle quest finished. My main focus now was to 100% complete the game, so I would first need to complete all the burgle quests, starting with every location. After finding the final location, the remixer, I completed another burgle quest, but now I needed to find all the milk molars on the entire map, so let's get to mashing. Now that I had all the milk molars in the yard, it was time to get all the scabby flavors. But first, the wasp drone card. Okay, let's taste the rainbow. Now that I had the final scabby, it was time to start preparing for the final boss fight of the game, the infected broodmother. This boss fight is much harder than any of the other boss fights in the game, so I need to properly prepare for it if I wanted to defeat her. I started by buying all the milk molar upgrades in the shop, then duping toenails and twinkling shells. I used them to craft the toenail scimitar and upgraded it, because it was the perfect counter to the infected broodmother. Day 95, I started upgrading the toenail scimitar, and then grabbing more toenails to dupe, because I used all the toenails for the weapon. Once I had the toenails, I duped them to add to the moldy hoagie. I then headed out to kill a bunch of ants to get the Blade Master mutation to level 3 and fought the hedge broodmother to get her fangs. After killing her and bringing her fangs home, I cooked up the moldy hoagie and upgraded my scimitar to tier 9. Day 96 was the day. I grabbed the moldy hoagie and headed into the infected zone. I climbed up the pesticide can and plugged the leaking hole with a piece of chewing gum, stopping all the gas from leaking. Doing this opened the infected broodmother's lair. It was time for the most intense fight in the entire game. Alright, let's summon the boss. Hello there, buddy.
Oh, that's not some horror shit. I don't like that at all. Oh, man spawn. That's nice. I gotta start blocking. Goddamn. Alright. Stage 1 completed. Stage 2. Parry. Alright, not too bad. Already half HP on stage 2. That's pretty good. Took a little damage there. It's okay. Just keep swinging. Keep doing damage. Alright, we're gonna get a debuff there. That's not great, but it's okay. Definitely doing, like, a lot less damage right now. Alright, stage 3 done. That was a really good stage 3. Or stage 2, rather. Really, really good. We didn't even use a single pot yet. But now's the difficult one. Stage 3. Final stage. It's all good. Just keep her out of the center. Don't want to get her buffed. I missed that. That's kind of unfortunate, but it's okay. We just gotta focus on blocking. A mant spawn right about now would be nice. But it's okay. Pop a bandage. She missed most of those attacks. Got the big one in, though. I'm getting stuck on something right now. Alright, we got that block in, though. And pop a heal. There we go. Got a mant spawn. That's big. We're close. We're close. Almost there. Just keep blocking. Keep attacking. I'm panicking. I'm panicking a little bit. I'm not going to lie. I think that was a good block. I don't even know. I'm not going to lie. No, I can't get stupid here. I can't get stupid. Almost dead, but I can't get... Oh, let's go! Let's go! Woo! Oh my god, don't die afterward. Don't die afterward. Oh my god. We did it. We freaking did it. Every quest in the game completed except for, of course, the final one. Oh my god. After a long and intense battle, I defeated the infected broodmother and the last boss in the game. We can ignore the 2 deaths I had. Let's just pretend those don't exist. I just died in like 1 shot! With my victory in mind, I headed home, scanned her parts, and went to sleep happy. Day 97 began with me hunting down an infected wolf spider for my final creature card. Oh, I saw your leg, man! I saw it! Oh, shit! Ah, this is easy fight. This is easy. Chump change compared. Take a little damage. Alright. I don't mind. I don't mind taking damage. Oh god. Climbing the tree. There we go. With the infected wolf spider defeated, I was almost done with 100% of the game. But I needed to first buy all the shop items and collect all the data. So I went on a shopping spree and then a data collection spree. With all the data collected, I still needed to buy all the items in the shop, and the fastest way to do so would be by running Black Widow base defenses with the waft emitter. So I geared up and began fighting. Day 99 arrived, and I continued running base defenses until I had enough raw science. With all the raw science obtained, I made my way to the shop and completely bought it out. I was now 100% done with the game, so I went over to fight the Hedge Broodmother to finish my daily quest and then chilled in the hot tub. Day 100, the big day. It was time to escape this backyard and become big again. I started my morning with a light breakfast and saying goodbye to my pets. And made my way to the spacer. I installed the embiggening cell and then spoke to the main man, Dr. Wendell Tolley, and then was rudely interrupted. Bro, what is going on? Dude, get out of here! I'm trying to leave! Have a conversation with Dr. Wendell Tolley. Returning to the conversation, we finished talking and I hit the big button once again. This time, I was going home. We're gonna be big again! Ah!
Of a lifetime. At least that's what the local papers call it. Lid on all of it, but the whole story came out. Learned the name of Director Dalton Schmechter. Just like he always wanted. Down to it, all that really matters is that we make the most of the time that we have together.
Oh yeah, the report card. Oh!
That was
99! No! Why is it 99? Collect more yard data. I collected everything. What do you mean? No! Turns out I was missing a couple hidden recipes. Nothing I can do now, but hey, Grounded 2's almost here, so I'll get 100% then. Till next time.